Welcome back to Midday. We're talking now with Reverend Bruce Comrie, who's from Kamloops United Church, as well as Rick, and he's from the Pit Stop. You're a Pit Stop coordinator,
That's correct. Nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We're thrilled to have you on, especially because this is such a fantastic program, and Kamloops benefits from it all the time, and people who need it the most. Let's start by just talking a little bit about what Pit Stop is.
Well, maybe I could mention a bit about Pit Stop. It's actually an acronym. P.I.T. stands for People in Transition. And so it's a program that a ministry of our church, Kamloops United Church, that we've been running for 20 years now.
It's the 20th anniversary.
20th
That's
anniversary,
a big deal.
Long time. And it's actually available to all people. It's a hot, nutritious meal that we serve every Sunday afternoon in our church hall. It's a welcoming, very safe space for people to gather. And it's, as I say, it's for everyone, people of all ages, but especially folks who find they're having a tough time coping with poverty, maybe other social issues, homelessness, addiction, mental health issues. And so it's very much valued by folks in that particular community and the wider community as well.
Absolutely. And people who would like to help those people and maybe don't know how or not sure what's a safe or appropriate environment. This is a great way to get involved.
It is, very much so.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you are a coordinator for Pit Stop.
That's correct. So I've been doing it for just over 2 years, which is like 1/10 of the life of the program so far. and I'm very passionate about it. It's a very meaningful program, and I appreciate the church, the congregation, Bruce, for being steadfast behind the program. But of course, the thing that I do appreciate the most are the volunteers that make this program work. And Katie, we're a little bit unique in some ways because the way that the volunteer program works with us is that there's many teams in town that'll bring the manpower and in a lot of cases the funding as well. And they will pick a Sunday that they want to do the dinner. It takes anywhere from 14 to 20 people, depending on how busy it's going to be that day. And these teams come from every corner of Kamloops. And we have teams that are social community service organizations. There's 4 Rotary clubs and Rotaract. There's a couple of Lions. There's a Kiwanis club. We have teams from TRU, at least 3 at the moment. We have TNRD, RBC, the Steelworkers, always do Thanksgiving, Thistle Farm, many other churches, many just individuals, people that just bring their friends and family, and they pick a day, and they'll be the volunteers for that day. So currently, for this year, we have in excess well beyond 500 active volunteers in the Pit Stop program. And it is. And it speaks to the community. It speaks to the heart and certainly the history of what volunteers do in Kamloops all the time. And, you know, in truth, what Bruce was speaking about the guests that come and enjoy the meal, they get a lot of enjoyment. They get a lot of satisfaction and nutrition out of the meal. But the volunteers on the other side of the table, they get just as much out of it as well.
And absolutely, we need to be giving back in order to live full lives as well. And this is an easy, great, safe, established way to do that if people want to get involved. You have an event coming up.
We certainly do.
Which is very important to plug and talk about. This is happening on June 11th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sunday, June 11th, a week this Sunday. And we're going to be starting it for 11:30 in the morning with a number of civic leaders coming to talk a bit about Pit Stop. Many of them have participated in the program themselves. And so that'll be for the first half hour. And then at 12, we're going to go across the street, kitty corner. We're at 4th and St. Paul, 421 St. Paul Street. So we'll go to the city parking lot there, which we have permission to use with the barbecue. And actually, one of the steelworkers local unions is going to be putting on a big barbecue for the whole community, and especially for the volunteers who have, you know, worked at the program for a long time.
Great. So a bit of a thank you.
Very much a thank you.
Steelworkers are always incredible. The way that they give back is phenomenal. I can't believe how often their name comes up.
Very much so. So that'll be from 12 until 1:30, the barbecue. And then at 3:30 in the afternoon will be our regular Pit Stop time in our church hall.
Okay, so this is a great time for people to get involved, a great time for people to come forward and say, how can I help with Pit Stop? How can I get involved? I've known somebody who's benefited, or I know somebody who could use it. I want to give back now.
Exactly.
So great.
And that's true. And over the years, many people have come to the front and said, you know, count me in, I want to be there and I want to be part of it. But clearly, Katie, what we want to do with this message with you and you know, in other ways of announcing it is clearly a thanks, you know, with a great deal of heartfelt, sincere gratitude to the people who make this thing work. And if you can imagine that we have, you know, perhaps 600 active volunteers today, I just wonder how many people have volunteered with Pit Stop over the last
Over
20
those
years.
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
It's
Great. So
unbelievable.
this is a big thank you. This is a big get together, as well as a call to action for those of you who have wondered, how can I get involved and help? If people want more information, what's the best way for them to get it?
Probably go onto our Kamloops United Church website.
Okay.
I would think, and also Facebook too.
Correct.
Great.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
there's a Facebook page as
Yes.
well. So that's where
Pittsburgh-
people can check
Yeah.
it out.
Pit Stop Kamloops on Facebook. So
Excellent.
yeah, please
Yeah.
follow us.
Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much for all you do in our community and taking care of those who are more disadvantaged and just need a hot meal and a hand up. We
Yeah.
appreciate it so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you very much.
Happy to be here.
Katie.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.